Welcome to the interview portion of the Spotlight here on the Spotlight, the Creator Spotlight, with myself and Jeremy Lambert. We're joined by a very special guest this week.
Nope. Cassidy Haynes is bumped. He's never going to be on this show. I refuse to do it.
Commitment to the bid is important. I almost bumped myself because I was like, man, fuck this guy. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, what's up, buddy?
There you go. So I'll give this, of course, is Cassidy Haynes, the elusive Cassidy Haynes, who has been booked many, many times for this show and is finally here. It's actually happening.
I lost a bet. That's why it happened. We bet on the Falcons and Panthers game. And
that's dumb of you.
The kicker, it really was. The kicker decided to fuck me over.
Hey,
and he said, I want Cass on the spotlight.
No, who decided to fuck you over is DJ Moore. That is DJ Moore lost you guys that game like twice. Or three times when I look at it one way.
I mean, he dropped the one pass, but then he made up for it, taking the helmet off. The kicker had a 33-yard field goal in overtime. Just make the kick. What do we pay you for?
Shouldn't even been there.
I don't pay you. I don't care.
Shouldn't even been there. Shouldn't even been there.
Probably not. It's helping our tanking, at least. I'm all for it. How's it going, buddy?
What's up, brother? How you been?
Good. You're my stepfather now. From what
I know.
I
was playing my jam. Hold on, Steven wasn't even in there. I had the song going and everything when I came in.
What?
Can you hear it?
Is that the song? What song is this?
This is Mother Lover by Lonely Island.
Oh, okay.
I
didn't make it out at first.
That makes sense.
I thought you were trying to play the song you dance with my
mom. I hate Bob Seger. I hate Bob Seger. That's y'all's
Fault. Oh, my mom's gonna divorce you.
I hate Bob Seger. I don't. That's not my shit. That's why I was like, I don't even know how to dance to Bob Seger. Y'all making fun of me for it too. I can't even. I was like, that's all. You play something good. And I'll be out there like fucking. It'd be bad. Like it's probably for your benefit that they played Bob Seger. That's what I had to dance to.
Let me tell this story. Right back. This is gonna be, by the way, everybody, our most all over the place interview because we actually kind of sort of like Cass. And
for those of you who don't know, this is Cassidy Haynes, Bodyslam.net. My roommate from the wedding weekend that we're about to be talking about, I'm sure. So
it
was a very good weekend. So it's my wedding, and Bob Seger comes on. Well, like Night Moves or something, or Old Time Rock and Roll. It was Old Time Rock and Roll. Yeah, it was Old Time Rock and Roll. And my mom, who loves to dance, my mom has been on a million shows with me before. She comes over and she just asks you, she's like, will you dance with me? And you're just looking like, I don't know about that. And then
Bob Seger, first of all. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't even know how to do this. I guess you just do a bunch of finger guns to Bob Seger. Is that what you do? I don't know.
I bullied you into dancing with her because I'm like, you're really going to turn down and dance with my mom? And you're like, oh, well, I guess I have to now.
Yeah, I was like,
As Hannah said, she said you was just like two shoes who lost
I have no. I have the rhythm of an old shoe with nobody in it.
When I witnessed all that happened right next to me, and I was like, I was just happy that I didn't get asked because I would have been in the same position because you legitimately did say like, oh wait, you're gonna turn on and dance with my mom, and then it's like, dude, I mean, you can't say no at that point.
You have to at that point.
I was like, all right, like I'm in. All right, let's go.
The mother of the groom, you can't turn down to dance with her.
Luckily, though, it was at least a good halfway point to the bar, so I was like, I was gonna bop and skip my way over to the bar and hopefully come back and be fine again.
Oh, Cass, let me ask you a question we ask everybody. How did you get started in the wrestling media landscape?
The year was a crisp 1996, probably or earlier. Like I've been around forever. Like people don't even realize it. Like I did this. Yeah, I want to say it was probably 1996, if not sooner. I had websites because I was trying to think. Like I know it was before I moved into this house that I live in when I was a kid. Because I'm in the house that my mom used to when I used to live with my mom when I was a kid. She's not here anymore, but she's across the town. I think she's dead.
She's with the Z-Man.
She's not here anymore. She's not here. But she's over there. She's at the fucking house. It's fucking Z-Man. Oh, dude, I told Biggs about that the other day. I tried to fight Z-Man because he posted this thing about Z-Man. I was like, oh, that son of a bitch. He was like, wait, what? I was like, oh, fuck, I hate Z-Man, brother. Anyway. No, it was like 1996. I started doing websites and shit, and then like writing news just kind of fell along the way. You know what I mean? Like I just started doing it when I was just, how'd you start? Same way. You're like, I don't know. I need to do something with my spare time, I guess, and it just started happening. when I was a kid, and I've been doing this shit forever. Like, I think before the first actual like blog style website that I can even remember was this like Lords of Pain Offspring site. Does anybody remember this? Lethal Injection? Yeah. I wrote for that fucking thing when I was a kid.
I know.
I wrote for Lethal Injection when I was a kid. I had a pen name. I don't remember what it was. It was something stupid. It was something I couldn't even remember it now if I had it to. But I met my buddy that works for 93.3 there too. He wrote for that site as well, and now he's like a morning DJ down there in Greenville. So he and I both started doing that shit when we were like, I want to say we were like 13 or younger. So that's what I want to say, like 1996, 1998. So I was already in it by the time Lethal Injection and all that stuff started. I was writing for Words of Pain at the time too. I don't think I was writing under my name. I think I had a fake name. I don't even know what I used. I had like 20 of them. I think they just made them up for me. Like the website did. I was like, I don't care, dude. Whatever you want me to write as. I don't give a shit. But it's not going to be as me because I'm not going to get picked on as in high school. Like I already was getting, you know what I mean? Writing wrestling news wasn't as cool as it is now, guys. I don't know if you know this, but 1998, that shit wasn't that cool.
Wrestling was cool in 98.
It was cool then. Yeah,
brother, not really. Not really.
Dude, that was
wrestling in 98 where I was.
Yeah, but no, dude, I mean, it was wearing wrestling shirts to school wasn't really like what you did. You know what I mean? Like you do now.
I was rocking Austin shirts all the time. Same. NWO.
Goldberg.
Yeah, I had those. Goldberg. I had those. You got made fun of. And I was like, I'm quickly taking this shit off. Yeah, I live in North Carolina.
So it came and went for my area as well. Like, but it got really big for a minute. Where like
for a minute it was cool. Yeah, but then after that it wasn't cool again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no, there was definitely a while. Like, yeah. Wait, hold on. So we're talking 96. So this is like AOL dial-up internet.
Yeah, bro. I remember all that shit. Dude, I remember all that shit.
I remember there used to be like the geo sites, like websites and all that stuff. So like anyone
can Angel Fire.
Angel Fire.
Yeah. Right. Yes.
GeoCities, Angel Fire.
That's how old we are. Everyone watching this interview right now is like
39. I'll be fucking 40 in March, guys. I'm fucking old.
That's wild. We're not too far behind you, dude.
Yeah, so like I was doing all that shit back in the day, man, and I don't know, man. I remember being in like one day I was sitting in high school and somebody came in and sat down next to me. Was like, "Hey, brother, have I been reading my wrestling news from you?" And I was like, oh, "Fuck me, probably. I don't know. Have you?" And then like he started telling me where he was going to read it. And I'm like, "Well, time to fucking abandon ship." And I sold all my fucking websites and went into hiding for a few years and funded whatever I could out of that. And then I came back. I don't know. About like 2006, 7, 8, I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, who cares? I was making money when I was in high school doing this. I could use the money now. So I just started doing it again. Like, but it was mostly indie stuff when I came back because like that was what was accessible and I could actually kind of get my hand on and like be part of. So I started going to all these indies like 2008 and just doing like indie sites and shit. I had other websites again that I worked for. I had like a Cheap Heat website back in the like about 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, Cheap Heat Wrestling or whatever. Did that one. But that's how I started doing all this shit, man. I went to wrestling school probably for a little bit, like 2008. That was fun.
Anyone notable that was a part of that?
Ricky Morton trained me for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Well, he was there every weekend. But it was a shithole here in Waynesville. But Chase and Ricky came every week. Chase Owens and Ricky were there. So that's how I met Ricky and Chase. And I ended up just managing Chase because like I was like, dude, I'm too old for this. I was 28, I think, at the time. I'm already too old for this shit. I was like hurting my shoulder every week.
Oh, you could get into the DDP route here. He started when he was like 40.
Well, 35, yeah, I was going to. And I should have gotten surgeries when I was a kid from when I actually played real sports. And like I just didn't have it anymore, man. My fucking shoulders were blowing out every week. I was like, yeah, this is not for me. It's not gonna work. I just knew I wasn't gonna be able to do it. I was too broken down at 28, brother. That was a hard life.
It's a hard life at 28. Couldn't do
like,
it
anymore. In Cassidy years, that 28 was probably the equivalent of like 47 for most people.
Yeah. I would say you said you're about to turn 40. You're like
slowing down at 28, brother. I was slowing down at 28. So if you think you know, I was slowing down at 28 probably. So yeah, you're like you don't even know, man. I can't believe I'm honestly. I should have made it past 30. So we're at 40. We're all on borrowed time, guys. We're just having fun now.
Your 40th birthday will be great. That'll probably be the end of you.
Shit, man. Dude, I had asshole friends. So my buddy in Chicago that I stayed with, like my best friend when I grew up there. I grew up with him. Him and his fucking, they used to do bets like every year if I'm going to be alive. So like randomly, I get a phone call like 3 a.m. on like a Tuesday in the middle of September. Just pick a random date. It's my buddy. I'm like, that's fucking weird. And I answer, and I'm like, what's up, man? And it's just him going, fuck, I lost. He just hangs up the phone. I'm like, what? So that was like, they would have a bet every year. And like,
how much? How much are they betting on your death?
I don't know. Probably like $100. Like, it was like
how much is their death worth to you? Is what I want to know.
It was a running pool. They had a running pool going. I don't know how much it's worth now. I think they just stopped doing it because they're like, he's never going to die. Like,
see, I can believe that too. Like you've survived.
Yeah, like
all
I should have, dude. I should have been dead so many times.
Yeah.
So like, is this not going to happen, dude? The whole month of October where I've been hiding, kidney and liver failure for a month. No big deal.
No big deal. You've just been in the hospital, throwing up blood, all this stuff. You're good.
I went twice to the hospital, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't even care, man." They just sent me home. They're like, "We know." They're just like, here's some fluids. Just fucking go home." They're done with me too. Yeah. Yeah.
How did Bodyslam start?
I was doing this other sites for a while, and I don't know, man. I was just like, fuck, this thing's floundering. It's not really doing well. And I was like, I need something to like just do better. And I just sat there and looked for new names to start for website, just to rebrand, you know. And that was the one I landed on. That was really it. It was just searching for stuff. And I would have gone like .com, but you want to buy that? You want to buy bodyslam.com? Fork over a couple $100,000 apparently. So I was like, yeah, nobody's ever doing that. So I think I'm safe with .net. So I just ran with that instead.
It's a very Post Malone-esque story there, Cass. Yeah. I know he also used like a random name generator, and you know,
well, I had some other options, but I mean, really, it was just like I needed to rebrand because, like I said, I had like Cheap Heat Wrestling. I was doing that for a long time,
right?
And now there's like podcasts and shit. They have that. Like I think Sam Roberts even stole that fucking podcast name from because I had that website first. But whatever, what are we gonna do? What you gonna do about it? So I was like, well, that's getting better traction than what I was doing. So I think I need to rebrand. So basically that's what happened is I rebranded from that because his podcast was doing better than my website, which had been going around for like 10 years before that anyway. And that was just some of the options. I had some friends and we just started talking, like had some people kick me ideas and I started looking around and that was the most like made more sense for branding and marketing purposes as far as like how to, you know, what I thought would work. And it just it was open. It was one of the open website domains. And so I just bought it. And I spent about I'd say 3 or 4 months, like running it without like even letting people know it was there, just to get like a back history and a back catalog of stuff before I did like a soft launch. And then I did like a hard launch, I think January 2018. Because like I think my soft launch was whatever that first StarCast was in Winston-Salem or Greensboro that night. So I was at that, and I think that was the first night I went live. And like was running, I started doing like live results that night. So I was like getting actual traffic from that night on. But I didn't really launch, I think, until January that first year of 2018.
Do you want to talk about like any like kind of the bigger stories that broke like around the time that the website was founded, or
you know, there's so many I couldn't even really fucking. I'm not that good at remembering shit. I have to go pull my stuff back up, honestly. But like I just did a bunch of shit back then, like. What really got me was a lot of the, I guess the Saudi Arabia stuff, 2000, whenever in Halloween, that when they got like not held hostage.
Right.
Yeah, that stuff. So that was really some of the first stuff because like I knew people that were on the plane and they were texting me about it. They're like, "Hey man, just in case I don't make it, here's what's going on." I was like, "Oh, well, all right, thank you." And he's like, "Wait till I get home, then you can print all this shit." I'm like, "All right, cool." So that was really like how it started, but I did a bunch. I mean, I've been around like a bunch of stuff. I think I did like some of the Sting contract info with some of my first AEW stuff for a little bit there that got information that nobody really saw. I was like, I think I had how long he had signed, when he actually signed, what he had, and there's a bunch of shit, man. Like, but everybody knows me from getting O'Brien on, basically, or Danielson on. So that's really the one that we'll go
Danielson
with that got me anywhere.
Yeah, the Danielson stuff is when I remember you blew up, and then You had people.
I think I texted you that day.
It
was like,
yeah,
yeah.
Because I mean, we'd known each other for a while, and people who know me know that I always like text my friends and like, hey, send me the scoop so I can pre-write the story and everything.
Yeah,
so I was asking you.
I don't mind doing it. I'm like, hey, I got something coming for you.
I was asking you for stuff, and you were telling me, like, okay.
That was a sweaty day, man. Because like I hit Sean up because I was checking on that, and he was like, hey, I got this CM Punk stuff that's about to go. Have you heard anything about that? I was like, well, fuck, that's on this list too. I was like, have you heard anything about this though? And he was like, wait, what? I'm like, all right, hold on. I'll get to you in a second. And I was like, I know where I'm focusing my energy now because he had the other shit. So I was like, all right. But yeah, it was a busy day. But from there, that's where most people know me from. But dude, I've been around doing this shit forever. And like, that was the thing too, is I was just I did most of the indie stuff. So, all of these guys that are now famous, I've known since they were fucking starting out, which is my favorite thing to do, is watch these guys that are fucking green and then watch them get somewhere. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of in that boat right now, is like starting to happen a little bit more, because my like getting deep on the indie scene is more like 2015 on kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So that's starting to, I'm starting to kind of understand probably what, so it's,
because I mean, you were in the same area, man, because I'm like 2.5 hours from you. Like I go to Atlanta stuff all the time. So
that's where we met in person for the first time, GCW in Atlanta at Center Stage.
It was fun. That was a fun night. That was a fun weekend, man. The Charlotte one before that was a lot of fun. But yeah, you got to see me in my natural element, which is really not like, it's really not even working. It's just hanging out and doing stuff with the guys and the boys, and just chilling. Like I carved my way into this hat. Like I was like, let me get one of them hats too. Like I'll get you later. Like
I think Jensen had messaged me that night. It's like, oh, hanging out with Cass. I was like, oh, I know what's going on here. I know, because I know how Cass hangs out at these shows. I've been with Cass.
I go to have fun.
You do. You enjoy yourself. Like, bless it. Honestly,
man, that's something that's funny when these people like. I got this other guy the other day be talking shit on Twitter. He's like, yeah, you seem like a lot of fun. You need to lighten the fuck up, you asshole. And I was like, this guy. I was like, this fucking guy. I was like, wow. So I chimed in, this one guy, he comments on you guys' stuff all the time. I think his name is Joel or something. He was like, man, imagine thinking Cassidy's not fun. I was like, fucking right. I was like, this guy talking about somebody that's talking shit about not knowing anything. Like, I've never been accused of not being fun, buddy. Like, come on. So that's always great when people start using that against me on Twitter. I'm like, well, obviously you have never seen anything about me to be like, you're no fun, you fucking square. All right, thanks, guy.
Cass legitimately the nicest and like most fun person to hang out with. I think I don't know if I've told the story on this show before, but I know I've told it before. First time we met was at Full Gear 2019.
Oh, so that's the story. That's the one that really kind of got me. Was that
the Jimmy Jacob or not Jimmy Rave?
Jimmy Havoc fight.
Sorry,
the Jimmy Havoc fight.
Jimmy Jacobs.
Yeah, so that was the one where anybody was, because people were like, "This can't be true. There's no way this fight really happened." I'm like, guys, I was fucking there, but all right, man. If you guys say so, you know what I mean? Like, okay. And we were at Full Gear, and I think I'd reported right before I left the hotel.
Yeah.
So like by the time I got there, you're sitting there and you're like, hey, Sean told me to tell you, hey. I was like, oh shit, what's up, man? And we kind of like socialized and fraternized there. And my first thing is like, hey, where are you from? And you were like, Raleigh. And I was like, oh shit, man, I'm from Asheville. So we're both from North Carolina. In my mind, I'm like, I know what I'm going to ask you later after the show. You know what I mean? We're going to see this guy. This guy's going to want to hang out. He's from North Carolina. If not, what the fuck are we even doing here? So I
had a bigger beard than I had now. I mean, I looked like
the writing was on the wall, pal. You know,
yeah.
I mean? Like, you weren't fooling anybody. I was like, hey, you want to catch a buzz on the way home?
So we hung out after the show, and then we've been friends
with some of the guys. Yeah, with some of the guys, some people from the show, some of the talent. I was like, hey, I'm meeting some people after the scrum at the hotel. Do you want to go with me? And you were like, yeah, let's go. But yeah, that night, that was the Jimmy Havoc fight that people were like, there's no way that could be true. And I remember walking to the scrum, and everybody was talking about it when I got in there, and they're like, who's going to be the one to ask about the Jimmy? I think Nick was like, well, everybody should fucking ask Cassidy since he fucking reported. I was like, yeah, that'd be only, I think, fitting and fair, right? So I was trying to ask it, and nobody would fucking let me speak, and then somebody stole it from me. I was like, you fucking assholes. But whatever. But yeah, he acknowledged that one. What was Tony? What did he say? Oh yeah, I've seen worse fights in football. And I'm like, I bet you have, but that was pretty fucking wild still because he stabbed him in the neck with a fork. But whatever. Choked him out, then got stabbed with the neck with a fork. Like, damn. He's mad about it.
Rough night for Jimmy Havoc. Phone got busted.
Dude, he broke his phone. I'll watch that. I got hit by it. That's when I was like, what the fuck was that, man? Because we walked around the corner to just like go and catch a buzz, like me and some people from inside, some of the other wrestlers and stuff, and like we came back around. They were like, "That's fucking wild. Let's go and chill the fuck outside for a little bit, let that cool down." And we rounded back the corner, man. It was like the meltdown of Jimmy Havoc outside in the parking lot. So that was a fun weekend, man. Baltimore was fun. We had a good time. That was
really fun. And then that was like the last, I guess, Revolution happened, but they didn't have
because I went to Chicago.
Did they have a StarCast for Revolution?
No, but I was up there for that. I was up there for that one too. That was the night I went out with Tony and everybody at the after parties and shit till like 6 in the morning. That was wild.
Tony was
Tony Khan, the owner. He was he led there was a conga line of people. It was fucking wild. I don't remember who all literally from one bar to the next. Everybody was like, "We're gonna lose everybody. Just put your hands on each other's shoulders." And there's like 20 of us walk into the fucking bar, and as soon as you walk in, they're like, "You're with Tony's group, right?" And they just like led us to the tables. And we drank liquor shots all night. It was fun.
Tony was telling you his plans for world domination.
Brother, I heard a year's worth of booking and didn't say a word because he asked me not to. And now he hates me. I don't know, man. I was like, brother, I didn't spoil anything for a year. Come on, man. Give me a pass on something. You'd think, right?
You had and I don't think I don't know who came from, but you had when Cody came back and him winning the TNT title again. I remember when you told me that, and then you reported it a couple weeks later, and then it happened because I kept saying it on air. I was like, Cody's gonna win the title before the end of the year. Like that's my prediction. And
I knew that dude, they'd made a new belt for him. I knew about all that. Like I was sitting on it. And I was like, can I do this yet? And the guy's like, yeah, go ahead. You can finally fucking do it. But
was that true, by the way? Because I had heard about the new belt, but I didn't know if that was. Yeah. Okay. Because they didn't wind up actually doing it, right?
They never use it. They never use it.
But I heard that when it was made also. Yeah.
It was a new belt and everything. It was all types of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. That was man. I kind of miss Cody in AEW. I think that was fun times. That was kind of fun. Hey, I found this the other day at the Walmart. You got this yet? You guys are Cody guys.
Oh, I'm definitely a Cody guy. I don't have that yet, but I am looking for it. Is that the Walmart exclusive one or the?
Okay, yeah, it's the Walmart exclusive one with the sweet Codelander get up.
Well, because there's like a regular version one where it's just like a repaint. They both look pretty similar, but I want the Walmart exclusive one that you have.
Yeah, this is the only at Walmart one. I didn't want to spend the money that day. I was like, fuck. When I walked in there and I saw it, I was like, hey, now I gotta spend money.
I know that feeling very well. We both went through that together. After. The day after Jeremy's wedding, Jeremy told us about.
Sent us to the store.
Yeah, he sent us to like the coolest spot ever to buy retro stuff. Yeah,
I was just like, I was sweating in there. It was terrible. I was like, you're buying shit, and I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here,
dude. If I wasn't having to fly home with like the luggage, like if I had space, I probably would have left with like a mint in box 32X that night. You know what I mean? Like
I had to get out of there. I didn't have the money to spend. I would have just I had it, but I didn't have it. If that makes sense. Yeah. So I was like, I got to get out of here before I just like come home with like $300-$400 worth of bullshit I don't fucking need. Which like guys, I don't know if you know about bullshit I don't need, but see, I got AEW figures stacked to the ceiling.
Yeah.
I got shit stacked.
Love it.
It's bullshit I don't fucking need. I just knocked over so. Also,
Jensen got to watch me. Just claps in the chat, by the way, while this is happening.
Jensen got to watch me open baseball cards and football cards I didn't fucking need all weekend too. And like, dude, they're just sitting right here. I don't even know where to put those. I just got like stacks of fucking football cards. Here's a Terrence Marshall Jr. You like that one? That's a good one.
I mean, it'd be cool if he played a little bit more. He's
finally starting. Tell me about it. I got his rookies, brother. I got all these rookie cards worth him. So let's go. Fuck. I bought football cards today. It was stupid. Basketball today. It was stupid. But I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I do this to myself.
Because you're addicted and it's fun, man.
Oh, what did I get? I got some good shit today. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. All right. So today I got, I'm pretty sure this one's worth something. It's this Ant-Man rookie. It's a nice purple marquee. Panini. I got, brother. This is just what I sleeved today. Fuck, it was stupid. It was dumb. Fuck. But anyway, hey, anybody wants to buy cards? Let's talk. I got fucking cards out the ass. My buddy bought a fucking my buddy who came through the other day and was just at my house. He's like, "What's this?" It was just sitting on the table that I had opened, and it was some fucking like Panini Zebra Drew McIntyre. He dropped he's like, "I'll buy this for $70 right now." I was like, "All right, whatever." He just took it and ran out the door. Apparently, I think he robbed me blind. I don't know what happened on that one, but stuff like that laying around, dude. I just waste money on shit. I wish you could see the fuck. I'm just gonna reach over and just grab a stack of wrestling cards just to see what we're gonna grab here. Let's see. It looks like a Sasha Banks relic fucking card of some sort.
People are gonna go crazy if they know you got that. You're gonna have people
Fastlane, Sasha Banks Fastlane relic. Right here we got Bret Hart British Bulldog cell from
that's pretty cool.
Their SummerSlam match. It looks, and then I got this Hogan Warrior fucking cell as well. That's what that was just that stack.
Do you have I've actually been I used to collect cards when I was younger, but I've been looking into graded cards lately, potentially as investments, if you will.
Yeah.
I consider a lot of my collection investments to make myself feel better about the amount of money I spend.
All the autographs are out of range,
right?
Yeah.
But do you know anything about I've been looking at the Cody Rhodes AEW rookie cards, and they don't seem super. They don't seem super expensive. They seem pretty reasonable, but they're graded mint 9s, 9.5s. I think I found a 10 as well. I think I found an MJF 10. And I was like, you know what? I might actually get a few of these. I kind of have the itch to get back into the cards a little bit.
Yeah, my buddy though, he buys wrestling cards like crazy. He found there's a market for them. So if you're gonna get it, definitely get the graded. Anything graded is so much more valuable than not, obviously. But dude, my buddy found a Undertaker gold. He sold it for $5,000. He's got so much shit, dude. It's one of one Braun Breakers stuff in these series and crazy shit that he's got. So I get addicted just watching him do it. So then let me just grab another stack. Let me see what kind of it's stupid. I got so many stupid shit over here. Where are they at? Here we go. This is the ones I was looking for. So apparently I was because what's the weird shit? Undertaker won't sign his 1991 card, right?
Oh, is that a thing? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he won't sign it. So I was like, oh, that's weird. So I just remember I was like, let me just go to my box of cards when I was a kid. There you go. Here's that Undertaker 1999 I found. Probably perfectly minted too. But dude, I even had them when I was a kid. I just had boxes and boxes. My WCW cards are stupid. I don't even know where those are. But I have every one of them you could possibly find.
Very jealous about that. I
don't even know what's in this box. I don't have a clue. We're gonna see. DC cards from 1991. DC comic cards from 1991.
Well, that was part of it. I could tell you had the itch badly when we were walking around that spot that Jeremy told us about, and we had seen all the figures and stuff already, and then you were like, oh, they have comic books too. Fuck me. Great,
dude. Hold on, comic books. I got Wolverine #1 somewhere
You
graded.
should set up a table at WrestleCade, Cass, and just a whole bunch of this stuff.
Yeah, Cardi marks.
You got masks. You want masks? You guys like masks?
I do want a parka mask.
Here's a Penta. Yeah. Here's a Penta mask. It's pretty fucking. It's authentic actually. So it's got the actual sequence. Dude, it's just stupid. I fucking hate it. I don't even know what. Here's another one. I don't even know what this mask is. It's a guy. It's the white one.
Cash, just start sending me monthly gift boxes. I got kids now. I'll put this stuff to use.
I would subscribe to a Cass Crate.
A Cass Crate,
bro. Oh, what's this box? Let's see. Oh, these are baseball cards when I was a child. Apparently, one of 19. Here's a 1980 whatever Mike Schmidt.
Oh wow!
Excuse me. It's a 1974 Mike Schmidt.
There you go.
Kevin Mitchell,
I gotta get you in touch with my buddy Dustin because he collects a bunch of stuff. You might have seen him on Twitter, but he collects a bunch of stuff and has a whole room. I'm sure he will.
What do we do? Does something break? It was Jeremy. But there we go.
No, we're back.
We got everything.
Okay.
We're good. Tom Glavine rookie cards, bro. I don't even know.
Braves legend.
Dude, I'm a Braves fan. I'm a Braves fan, guys. I quit watching baseball, of course, when we got eliminated because that's what Braves fans do.
Yeah.
What game are we on in the World Series now? It's like game 3 or 4, right?
It's game 3 as we're recording this. It is game 3. I can tell you that this will date when this is taking place. The Phillies up 3-0 in the bottom of the second. There you go.
Nice. Fuck the Phillies. I hate the Phillies so fucking much, man. Ugh.
Why? I mean, I assume you became a Braves fan just because you live in Atlanta.
Yeah, I grew up. I was born in Marietta, so like when I was a baby, like my family, that's where my family's from. So I went to my first Braves game when I was a baby. Like I think my parents took me to baby when I was literally baby. My parents were taking me to games. So
yeah,
very important. Very important.
I grew up in the same city, Marietta, which is just crazy small world.
Mm-hmm. Very important Braves question. Best Braves pitcher of the three-headed monster.
Smoltz.
Ooh, that's between what Smoltz, Maddox, and Glavine.
I'm a Maddox
going Smoltz. See, I'm a Maddox guy too.
Fuck all that.
Smoltz is the workhorse, brother. I've got his rookie card. I just pulled a Steve Avery rookie card out if you want to right there. Pull it back
out. Steve Avery, fucking Mark Wohlers, son. Yeah. But no,
Mike Stanton. Fucking.
Oh, I remember. I was very into baseball when I was.
Charlie Leibrandt was the 5th man in that rotation, in case you were wondering.
Dude, that was a squad, dude. I remember like Rafael Belliard and those dudes, Mark Lemke, some OGs right there.
Before Belliard, who was there before Belliard? Because I think they traded for him in '91.
Was Blauser? Was that
Blauser? Jeff Blauser. Jeff fucking Blauser came from the Cubs.
Yeah, from the Cubs. So much. I'm just obscure. I have just the most obscure Braves and Twins knowledge of like the early to mid '90s, and then it's like, and then I just like got out. I got way too into like combat sports and stuff, and just in football, and I just like stopped like watching baseball. I like going to games live, like most people do, but I just stopped like following it after probably like the late '90s. Probably around the time Griffey like kind of stopped, like when he started like slowing down, and Kirby Puckett wasn't playing anymore, and I was like, all right, I think I'm out.
I quit watching when I tore my shoulder in high school and I lost all my scholarships to college.
That's got to be a.
Yeah, college as a pitcher.
I was gone into colleges. I could have gone to college as a wrestler or a pitcher or a third base catcher. I played all over the place. I was good at sports. I played catcher. I was a catcher, and for my entire youth, they used to always try to make me play. I played behind fucking what's his name, Carl Anderson. Chad fucking Allegro was our fucking catcher in our traveling team. I was behind him on the fucking traveling team here in our area. Motherfucker I never had to play because of him. He played third base too, so I was always fucking behind that guy.
You should. I mean, I don't know if you have the money to fight him. It takes a lot of money for Carl Anderson to show up anywhere. Did you fight him? Could you beat up Carl Anderson?
Nah, probably not. I'm a pussy now.
Would you take a chop from Carl? You take a chop.
I tried. I asked him.
Did you?
He wouldn't do it one time. Yeah, he was being a dick about it too. Gallows likes me. Gallows and I are buddies. Anderson never would. Anderson always was kind of weird. Never would chat. Never would hang out. But Gallows is cool. Gallows, I like Gallows. I miss him being around.
Who's the worst chop that you've taken?
Fucking Cash off the screen, off the air too, was the worst one I ever did because Nyla had just lit me the fuck up, and I literally just got done filming Nyla, put my shit back on. I was like, thanks God, that sucked because she hit my back and my chest. And right then the elevator, Cash comes out and he's like, did I fucking miss it? Yeah, I just filmed it, man. He was like, oh shit. And he's like, let me see. And I was like, show him, it's starting to raise up, I bet. So I'm like, yeah, as soon as I get like right here, he just like, fucking hits me so hard, so fucking hard that there was some woman that was like working like in this little like side area room next. She came running. She dropped shit running, thought something bad happened. She was like, thought somebody was in a fight, like something terrible had happened. She came, what the? And it's just me with like a hand, just like, dude, it was, and he just laughs. And I'm like, dude, that wasn't even on. I looked at my buddy. I was like, did you film that at least? And he was like, no. And I was like, dude. And he was like, yeah, haha, and just ran away. But that one was probably the worst just because I wasn't ready. You know what I mean? Like I had no idea it was coming. And my shirt was over my head, dude, like hockey style. I didn't even see. It was just got down. But AJ Gray's was bad too. Like that one hurt. And I had just done 7 in a row by the time I did it. Yeah, that one hurt too. But My mom apparently doesn't want me to do chops anymore because she thinks that's why my back broke. And I'm like, no, it's the car wreck that I got thrown out of the car when it flipped 4 times and thrown through the vehicle. That broke my back, not chops.
Yeah, that sounds a lot worse than chops.
Yeah, that apparently did it. They were like, when I was in the doc, like, is anything could have happened that maybe your back could have gotten hurt from? I was like, well, there's that fucking wreck that you literally treated me for. And he was like,
when did this wreck happen? This was
January
2020.
January 31st, 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, right before I went to Revolution. I went to Revolution 2 weeks later with a concussion like a motherfucker, bro.
I remember that because I was messaging you if you needed anything or whatever, and you're like, "Oh yeah, like I'm out. I'm going to Revolution in a couple of weeks." I'm just like, "You are."
I went to Atlanta between the cage match thing on the way to that. I think on the way the Road to Revolution or whatever that was, the Cody cage match. Won that like in February.
Oh, I was at that too. Yeah, that was a great show.
And then like 2 or 3 weeks later was the show in Chicago, the Revolution. Then the world shut down. But yeah, that's when I had fucking gotten that wreck. Dude, I had a concussion. That was I thought the only thing that we thought was the problem. They're like, "Oh, you just got a concussion." I'm like, "You think?" like yeah. All right, but yeah, I remember having to do concussion tests for 18 months before I fucking finally cleared a concussion protocol little test. They were like, "Don't get hit again." I'm like, "That's a good rule of thumb anywhere." But thanks, doc. But yeah, then I guess that flight in January to GCW, I flew up there for Hammerstein, and the cabin pressure fucking because my vertebrae and shit were already just wrecked apparently, and I didn't know it. I've been walking around, but apparently the pressurizing and depressurizing of the cabin caused that fucking broken vertebrae just to slide even worse. Or maybe that's when it slid as far, they don't know. But yeah, it was like 9 times what it should have been out of place from like the gap distance. And I couldn't, it touched that nerve or whatever, that lower, some nerve on my, I still got nerve damage. My foot's still fucked up, but yeah, like that cabin pressure. So by the end of the weekend, I could move that on my spine, hit that nerve, and I couldn't walk. So by the time I got back home from Hammerstein, bro, I was like, "Get me out of this fucking!" I was like hobbling, like old man. I could barely get to the car. Sat down, drove my ass home, and I couldn't move for like 2 weeks. I was like, "Something's fucked up, man." Like I don't understand, like what happened. Went to the doctor, and they're like, "Yeah, your shit's fucking shattered." Like it was bad.
Now you just drive everywhere.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, now you just drive everywhere. Like, if you haven't flown since then, have you?
No. I drove most of the time before that anyway. I only flew when it was like, I don't know, just a little bit too far and not like somewhere I wanted to have my car. Like, I didn't really want my car in New York.
I don't understand how your body is held up.
Bro, wrestlers drive everywhere all the time anyway. It's no different. I put my miles. You got to get your miles somewhere, baby. You can't take my miles. You can't take my miles.
I feel like wrestlers don't have half the injuries that you have.
Why do you think I couldn't do this at 28? Dude, I would have fallen the fuck apart.
They got the buses now. We gotta. Where's Cody to pay for you for a bus?
Dude, I don't know. I don't think I would like to ride. I like driving. I don't like the riding in the car part. I like to drive it.
Fair.
I don't know.
I'm very similar. Very similar.
Yeah, you can't put me in the back. I'll be puking like a child, car sickness style. So my man knows what I'm talking about. My man knows what I'm talking about.
Dude, I didn't even tell you about my flight home. Like, I don't even need to get into all that on this. I've talked about it a little bit on like other podcasts and stuff. But dude, it resulted in me having a legitimate panic attack on the plane, and I wound up having to be wheelchaired like out of there. Like, and then I had to walk. So you know Hartsfield International Airport.
Yeah.
So they put me in a wheelchair. They took all my vitals and everything because like I was messed up. They like took my blood and my blood pressure and a whole bunch of written tests. And they had like an ambulance there ready for me and everything. I had like a full on like, it was like the culmination of like 34 years of like hating flying and motion sickness and claustrophobia and nervousness and nauseousness and just everything just all at one time. Anyway. It was a legitimate panic attack where I couldn't feel my arms and legs. It was scary.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I have to take anxiety medicine like during the day, like supposed to take 3 times a day to like. I have high functioning anxiety, so I'm like constantly in a panic. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, but the funny thing,
yeah. So were they waiting on you when you landed?
Well, so
did this happen in the air?
Oh, sorry. I think there was a little bit of a delay. So it was bad the whole time, but like when we landed, I was like trying to get off the plane, and I like couldn't feel my arms and legs, and I honestly thought I was like having a heart attack or something. And like the whole plane, before I knew it, the whole plane had cleared out, and I was just sitting there. I was the only one on the plane. So someone came up to me and was like asking if I was okay, and I was like, honestly, I don't think so. Like I've never felt like this before. So they like kind of helped me off the plane, put me in this wheelchair, and like I said, they like took all my vitals and literally like took my blood. I was sitting there like with the passengers who were getting ready to board the plane that I just got off of, probably just freaking everybody out. You know, they're all like, "What happened to this guy on the plane we're about to get onto?" But this is the funny part about this is, so I'm sitting in this wheelchair afterwards for like 15 minutes, and just like I think they completely forgot about me. So I just stood up with like my luggage, like I put my like heavy ass backpack on and grabbed my suitcase. And because I was so messed up, I didn't want to get on the trains throughout the airport. So I walked the entire distance of Hartsfield International. And my dad was like waiting for me at baggage claim, and he knows it was bad. So anyway, I did like a 45-minute long walk, like just all the way across the airport.
That's like 5 miles, dude.
Dude, it was so long. And at the end of it, but by about halfway into it, I started feeling better. But I've made the complete decision that I will never fly again. Like I will never do it. So I'm with you, man. I actually can sympathize for kind of what you deal with that, man. It sucks. But it was worth it for Jeremy. I was glad I was at the wedding.
It was a good drive. It was a nice, easy ride. I mean, shit, man, that ride was longer than I thought it was going to be. It was what, 9 hours?
Dude, and you don't sleep either. Like because you also drove SP3 to the airport one of these nights at like 4 a.m. or something. I mean, you're an animal, dude, but very appreciated though. I mean, it was like a great guy, but that was nuts.
Man, that was all. He didn't need an Uber that long. Would have been a bitch that early. Fuck that. I've been a bitch for Uber, so I was like, no, I'll drive you, man. Fuck it. Because like we went to bed at what? You went to bed at what, like 1:30, 2 o'clock?
Yeah, I can't remember.
So I was like, man, it's like 2 more hours. Fuck it. I'll just watch Russell War 89 and wait for him.
That's what I did. Because he just crashed on the couch at the Airbnb.
Yeah. I think I rolled like 3 blunts, smoked some weed while he was asleep. It was a good time. Well, I mean, like, what am I gonna do? Well, I mean, like, look, man, I've slept like sleeping. You're right. I don't sleep much. I get my sleep, but right now my sleep schedule is really fucked up. And it's because I'm sick a lot too. So my sleep schedule is really fucking weird. I get like 4 to 5 hours, like I guess a night, but it's like at a weird spot of the day. So it'd be like 5 a.m. to like 10, or like, like 3 o'clock to 8, so, or I'll be awake for like 3 days. It's like, all right, it's 11 a.m. now. And then I'll just sleep until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, well, that fucked today up. And then now I know it's going to be bad for like another week, but it allows me to, chat with people that I normally wouldn't a lot of times too, because I'm like, what's Shazza doing at 5 a.m.? So me and Shazza talk all the time at 5 o'clock in the morning because I'm awake and she's doing the middle of her day in Australia time. So, it whatever.
It works out.
Can you share any Chase Owens road stories?
Probably not of him. That'd be that would be fun for him. No, I mean, just a lot of the time I just listened. I just listened to him and Ricky talk, or him and Sigmund tell me stories, because I wrote a lot with Sigmund too. He was fun. I mean, that guy, he's been around everywhere. But these guys wrestled early 2000s. Like I think Sigmund was wrestling like 2004 or 5. So I got to listen to like lots of good stories from him. But I don't know, man. It's cool. Like I mean, because of those guys though. I got invited to Bobby Eaton's funeral because of those guys, because I'm meeting those guys and doing shit with those guys. And that was really cool. That's probably my favorite thing I ever did, was to be like the main sponsor and help raise money for that show, for that Bobby Eaton show that we did on Fight before he passed away. I guess it was December 2019. And that was a shitload of fun, man. Like WWE sent Regal to us for that, and he was there and did a whole thing while he was under contract, and that was cool as shit. But I mean, not really. I can't really tell stories from like I'd rather those guys tell the stories. You know what I mean? Especially if it's on air, because I don't know what they would want to tell. You know what I mean? But I mean, just a lot of nights of just driving all night and then eating a lot of Waffle Houses in the middle of the morning or Denny's and coming back. There's not a lot that happens in Cheraw, South Carolina, to fucking that way down. You know what I mean? Like the flats of North Carolina, South Carolina, dude, it's boring. So there wasn't a lot of just in the car, just listening to Ricky. Usually that was the most fun. Just listening to him tell stories. Like, come on, baby, rock and roll. You know what I mean?
That's a good Morton. That's a really good.
I told him, baby. Yeah, God damn. Yeah, I love Ricky. I love Ricky, man. I can't wait.
He buried me at the last WrestleCade. I gotta fight him this year.
Nice.
Really? I missed that.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
I told you, baby. Come on now. What'd he do?
No, he comes up and he introduced himself to Sean and everything. He's like, "Oh, Sean, like, wow, you don't return my DMs." And he's like, "Yeah, you don't follow me." And then Sean's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then Sean's like, "Oh, this is Jeremy. This is our lead writer." He's like, "What's your name?" Like Jeremy's like, "Oh, who gives a fuck?" I was like, "All right, Ricky Morton's just burying me."
Oh, nice.
Oh man, you should have been with us the night before, because I guess I walked into, or no, maybe it was that night. I went into the bar or whatever, and Carrie was there, and I know Carrie wasn't even 21 yet. Carrie's at the bar. He's like, "It's Cassidy, woo!" And he's all excited, waves me over. I'm like, "What are you fucking doing here?" He's like, "Hanging out with my dad, man." He's just having a blast. So I was.
I'm not going to any hotel bar, wherever bar you're at. I'm not going there with you.
That was that one night. That was just that one night that I got kicked out. I just got kicked. That was that night. Yeah, it was the same bar. It was the same bar another night.
I definitely wasn't going to try to risk that again if you went back to the same
bar.
They
didn't care. I went the next year. They don't give a shit. They're just happy to see us. And that was the same, like that same bar. And I was in the lobby of the hotel, between the bar and the lobby is where I got moonshine drunk with fucking everybody that night. So yeah, you should definitely come.
I'll be there this year. I'm sure we'll hang out.
I can't wait. I was going to ask you if you were going to be there, because man, that's my favorite. I love hanging out with you guys.
It's such a good time.
So much fun.
Yeah,
it's such a good time. There's so many people there. Are you going to be there you have to stay for the day after event, bro? Are you going to be there?
So I don't know if I'm going to say I'm coming on Friday, and then I'll be there Saturday, obviously. I don't know about Sunday, because now that I'm married and have the family and everything, I've had to rearrange my travel schedule a little bit. So I will see about Sunday. But I'll definitely be there Friday and Saturday.
There's more convention on Sunday a little bit, and then we have 2 shows on Sunday. That's the one, man.
Yeah. I gotta see my parents.
White Mike for the world title Sunday afternoon.
I do want to hang out with White Mike.
Oh, he'll be there.
That guy. I mean, I know
it's our weekend.
Yeah. I know he's gonna be there.
That's a big weekend for us, bro. That's a big weekend for this house. We have a lot of fun on WrestleCade weekend.
I assume White Mike just won't know me again. You'll introduce us.
Have to do it all again, third year in a row.
Yeah. Sure, Jeremy. I've never met you before. Nice to meet you.
Mike,
we met last year
too. If you hadn't canceled our show like that we were going to do, the 3 of us, then it would have gone. It'd be a whole lot easier. But you totally canceled that.
I did.
We did 2 episodes. We booked George South to the moon, and you canceled.
You guys were pushing the shit out of George South.
Have you not? Bro, do you know why? Have you seen it? He wrestled Jimmy Lloyd the other day, guys.
Yeah, that's epic.
He was wrestling. I mean, he wrestles every year at that show. He's great.
It's so good. I can't wait for this year too. What's going to happen? I know they've been the program that's been building up for him is George Jr. just turned on him, bro. His son just turned his back on him a couple months ago, and now they're feuding. So hopefully we get a big blow off for that. That'll probably be the day after as well. That's the Sunday night closer, man. You gotta, dude. If you're there, you have to go to that. It's going to be great.
If I'm there, I'll go to the shows. It's just a matter.
Bandito's on it. I think Bandito's on it, isn't he?
Okay. I don't know the
versus
lineup.
Gustavo. Pretty sure that's been announced for it.
I have no idea what the lineup is.
I know they do the women's show during at lunchtime, I think too, usually. And that's usually a lot of fun. But yeah, you missed last year, bro. You left early. I know you didn't see George South versus Colby in that death match.
No, I did not. I might say this year because I'm more, thanks to Jensen, inundated with the indie stuff. So I need to stick around for brand purposes of hanging out with the indie wrestlers and supporting indie wrestling.
Yeah, you should definitely do as much put over Tracy and those guys at AML as you can. Get as much of their stuff, dude. Those guys are the best. They're absolutely the best.
They are great. They're always very friendly to us. Cass, I'd ask you what the coolest thing in your room is, but I feel like you've just showed a million things.
One of them is this, which Sean gave me that when we were in Chicago because it about hit him.
That's the show. Who wielded the? Is that a gauge tube?
I think this was Effie, the Effie Gage match. I think that first year, that first year there in Chicago. I think that was from that. But I got tons of good stuff. I got a Mr. Sacco that's signed back there that he gave me. One of my favorites though is probably this. This can here. Where do you think this came from?
Sandman?
Yeah, it's a Sandman can.
Yeah.
From my I guess that was 2015. There was a show, House of Hardcore, March 7th, 2015. Whichever one that was, is like a Hardcore 7, House of Hardcore 7 maybe. I think it was the main event was Dirty Heels, so it was Bobby Roode and Aries versus the Young Bucks. So it was that one. And I was up there just for it was my birthday, so my buddy was like, let's go hang out and let's go to the show. So I rode up there, and we had front row seats. And at the end, Sandman comes out drunk as fuck to do his like beer bash celebration, with everybody. And he like gets right there in the corner. He's just like yelling like right down at us. And he's like, get the fuck in here. And I'm like looking around like, is he fucking Sandman talking to me? Like, I'm like, because he's like yelling at me. I'm like, guys, these fucking guys, is he talking to me? And he's like, yeah, you motherfucker, get the fuck in here. So I'm like, oh, this is that ECW. We're all going to jump the rail and go hang out with Sandman moment. So I'm like, fuck yeah. So I hop it. And I'm like, oh, fuck, is Atlas going to tackle me? And I'm looking at the Atlas security guy. And he's like, just like shaking his head like, God damn it. Like, so I'm like, well, he can't get me. All right, it's time to get in the ring. And I'm like, all right, do I slide under and try to look like a badass? Or do I just like hop up here and step through the ropes? I'm like, you're going to fuck it up if you try to slide. Just step through. So I step through. And right as I get through, Sandman's like chucked 2 beers at me. They're just like, and they like hit me in the chest. I'm like, fuck, okay. And I look down, and my buddy was trying to dive in and slide like a badass. And he gets his arm hooked, and he literally like, whoop, and just launches him right back into the fucking floor. And I'm like, oh shit, oh man. So I was like, that's why I didn't want to do that. That was what happened to me. Oh man. So like now, like he gets back in there, and like I thought more people were coming, but it's just like this one random kid that I didn't know, and my buddy Mark. And the two of us are just like in the ring. And I'm like, nobody else? All right. So it's just like the three of us like having a beer bash with Sandman and the Young Bucks and the Dirty Heels. And the Bucks are just like not here for it because they don't drink. And
they don't
drink. Yeah.
They're just like, fuck. And they both gave me their beers. So like now Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson are just like, you can have these. And just like give me their beers and like high five and leave. So now I've got like 4 beers. And I'm like, all right, well. And Sandman's screaming at me now to drink these beers. So like I go over there and we do a little in the middle of the ring, and I'm just like chugging beers with everybody for like 30 minutes basically. Like Sandman had a case of Tall Boys and we had to finish the case. And we were just in there just drinking beer with Sandman and Bobby Roode, who was pissed at everybody for some reason. And Austin Aries, this is Austin Aries. We didn't talk to him, but he was there. He was probably mad that it wasn't fucking red wine anyway, whatever. But yeah, and that can came from that, and I was leaving with it. I just put it in my hoodie, and the guy was like, "You can't carry that out," and I was like, "Dude, I was drinking this in the ring with Sandman." He's like, "All right, you can leave with that." So he was like, but yeah, like everybody was like, "Why? How did you know Sandman?" I was like, "I didn't, dude. Like I had no fucking clue." Everybody was like, well, why you pick you, man? I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude. I think you tried to pick everybody and nobody came but me and like 2 other people. Like I had like 6 people with me. And I'm like, guys, where the fuck were you? Why didn't anybody come with me? Like, I don't know, man. And one of my buddies, I don't remember this part of it. He claims that he tried to get in the ring, but like Bobby Roode gave him a dirty look. And I'm like, dude, he was giving everybody dirty looks. What the fuck are you doing? Like, just get in the ring. Yeah, I mean, he's like, yeah, I got up there, and I was like, I don't know. When he got down, I was like, dude, if you did that, if you got over the guardrail, why not fucking get in the ring? Like, what are you doing? So, anyway, I was there. That was fun. So that was one of my claim to fame like moments, and that's probably my coolest 2 things is that just because like probably not many other people could be like, yeah, I had a beer bash in the middle of a ring at the ECW arena with the Sandman. So
yeah, that's epic.
That's cool. And the Bucks remember me from that too. They're always like, "You're the guy that drank our beers, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was me." Later, years later, when I'm at these fucking scrums and shit, they're always like, "I know this guy from somewhere." And when I was hanging out with everybody at the hotels and shit, and they would see me, I'm like, they always would try to figure it out and piece it. I'd always remind them, like, remember ECW thing? It's a thing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, you drank our beer." Like, yeah, I drank your beers. That was me.
Cass, you have stories for days. We just need to do a segment on the show. Just Cass shares a story.
I had lots of them, but a lot of the times I don't remember them until something like somebody says something. If somebody's like, "Give me some good stories," I'm like, "I got like 4." But like, if you guys are like asking me shit, I'll be like, "Oh, something will click," and I'll be like, "I got something on that," and I'll have something for you. But as far as me, like, everybody's like, "You need to write a book, man." I'm like, "Dude, I wish I could remember. I wish I could remember shit. I should have done this 20 years ago. I should have been writing stuff down, but I never did." But
Cass, let everyone know where they can find you at if they'd like to find you.
Dude, you guys can find me online at Casshole, CASSHOOOLE. That's 3 O's in there on everything. I'm all over the place. 3 O's. And bodyslam.net. Find us there too, man. At bodyslam.net on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that shit, man. We're everywhere. We're out there. I've been gone for a month, man. This is like literally the first sighting I've had. Anybody seen me since your wedding?
You have a great Kevin Smith look going on, so
dude, I really do. People are always like, who do you look like? Who's your doppelganger? I'm like, really? You guys don't know? You don't know who all right.
You clean up nice though. You looked very nice at the wedding.
Yeah, at the wedding, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Man, Cat, look how Cass cleans up. Look at this, man.
I had fun, man. That was so much fun. I had such a good time at your wedding, man. I had a blast with you guys.
We'll just get married again, just so everybody.
Oh, you should. Is everybody coming down for the holiday to see your parents, or just you?
No, it'll probably just be me. So it'll just be me at WrestleCade and everything. If anybody comes, it'll just be the wife. The kids will stay here and hang out with grandma or something. But I'm pretty sure it'll just be me this year. We'll figure something out. I think we're gonna try. We're definitely going to try to do a show next year. This year, with like wedding planning and wedding money, we weren't able to do because we wanted to do all out, but just wedding stuff kind of took precedent over that. Next year, we're definitely going to try to hit up some shows though.
Yeah, man, let me know. I'm planning on being more active and mobile like this year. I like I said, I took another break. The first year I was broken back, so I didn't do shit for 6 months. And
I swear you went to an event like every single week this year. I swear.
Dude, I didn't do anything from Hammerstein till Las Vegas because I couldn't move.
You didn't go to Grand Slam this year?
No. Oh. And I was gonna go to Atlantic City the week after your birthday or after your wedding.
Moxon Gage.
I was planning on doing that, and had a little bit of. I could have gone just kind of floated, but I had a little. My buddy that I was going with had to back out, so I was like, "Ooh, that kind of throws a wrench in the whole." You know what I mean? In my plans. But I mean, that is just lost motivation too. I was like, not really feeling it. So I haven't done shit since your wedding, and before that, I only did the Vegas trip and Chicago. So I did 2 Chicago. So it seemed like I did a lot this year because I did the Forbidden Door and All Out within like a month of each other, 2 months in Chicago.
I'm sure we will see you at shows next year.
Yeah, and I thought about doing Full Gear, but I don't think I'm going to do that one. Anybody? You guys? Are you?
No one wants to go to Newark.
No one wants to go to Newark.
Watching my house.
Yeah, Jersey's. Yeah, so everybody's gonna be disappointed. They're not gonna see me in Jersey apparently again this year.
But see, in Atlanta we have Impact Hard to Kill. Is that the show Hard to Kill? Is that the one that's coming up?
Yeah, when is that? Is
in
that in
Atlanta?
January?
Yeah, there's like the January Impact. They're at Center Stage, so I'll probably go to that. So if you're
in January, if it's in January, I'll definitely be going to that. I think.
Yeah.
I've just been decided this month I'm just going to take it low until time for WrestleCade. I've just been doing stuff locally, man. There's this in Asheville. There's a local indie that I'm really big on, Urban Combat Wrestling. They got some good stuff here, man. It's a bunch of local guys. It's like White Mike.
Tell them to like send me results and stuff. I'm trying to do, more indie results and whatnot, or you send me results. Give me.
I can do it. I can. Just remind me. They got a show. They do 1 or 2 a month, but I mean, it's just there's just a bunch of local guys, man. It's the core roster is just a bunch of local people from the Asheville, Kingsport, Johnson City area, South Carolina. But man, they do what they got's fucking fun, man. Like I do as many indies as I go to. I love these guys. I love what they do at this show, and it's just a bunch of just local guys that are really good on the mic, that are just captivating, and it's just really fun. So I'll send you some of their stuff, man. I'm hoping to help with them and get them back online. They don't have much online from their product, but it's really good. They do it's kind of like Bodyslam. It's a rap wrestling kind of thing, where they have like local rap artists and people that come on. They'll do a song, and then they'll have matches, and they'll do a song, and they'll have some matches. But it's good. Just black-owned wrestling promotion in Asheville, and I love what they do. So this has been mostly all I've done the last couple of months, is just go to Asheville and watch them. So if you're in the Asheville, North Carolina area, man, and you see an Urban Combat show, I really think you should check it out. It's fun. You won't be disappointed. You might not know any of the names, but that's fun. You'll be fun. You'll have a blast. I promise. So
there you go. Check them
out. Put over my local, man, my local talent. That's all I'm going to say. But these guys do good things, and I really hope everybody can find them. So
send me some results. I'd love to show them some love on Fightful. Cass, thank you as always. You won't be back on the show ever again.
Don't need to. Don't need to be.
Thanks, buddy.
Nobody needs to talk to me. Love you guys.
We love you. Everyone follow Cass. Everyone check out bodyslam.net. Guys, we'll be right back here on the